Hey there, it's Jennifer, and I'm here today to do another video in my series on long distance walking. This one is actually going to be a vlog style video about a half marathon that I just did. So by the time this goes up, the race will have been a week ago, but the race for me was yesterday. So it was a race that took place on Saturday, August 8th. It was here in my town, Flagstaff, and it's a race they've been doing for years. It's a benefit for the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization. And so, oh, my dog's coming over to visit. Anyway, so I've done this race 2 times before. It is a trail race. It is not one that you try to get your fastest time on because it's a trail. So there are rocks and a huge hill, and it's not a really easy race for people to do who come in from out of town because Flagstaff is at an elevation of 7,000 feet. So it's tiring to do a race here. I mean, you can see we have stairs here. When we have people who come to stay and they go upstairs to the guest bedroom, they get winded because it's high elevation. And so the race starts at 7,000 feet and then goes up to about 7,600 feet. It is at the majority of this half marathon took place at the top of what is called Observatory Mesa. And if you're not from the West and don't know anything about this kind of a geographical area, a mesa, well, the word mesa is Spanish for table. So a mesa is a mountain that goes up and it's flat on top. And that's what this is. We actually have an observatory up there. It is called Lowell Observatory, and here's a little side bit of information. It is where the, planet, there's a debate about that now. It's where Pluto was discovered for the first time. So, but anyway, you have to, in order to get up to where the majority of this race is, you have to get up there. Yeah. So there's this thing of this path that goes, oh my gosh. My friends and I have affectionately, for years, called this thing the hill. And you think you're getting to it. You turn a corner and, you know, I've taken people to the hill and we'll turn a corner and they'll go, oh, okay, so this is the hill? No, it's not the hill. And then we turn another corner. Oh, okay, so this is the hill? This isn't the hill. And then you finally turn and you go, oh crap. And it's really a steep hill. And so, man, I thought my lungs were gonna explode. I used to be really good at doing this hill. I would make myself go 20 times in a summer. I'm not joking. I would set a goal to do that hill 20 times in a summer. And then I got pretty good at it. I actually haven't done that hill for a couple of years. So that was in the first 2 miles of the race. But once that was over, it was over. So that was the good, well, I want to say that was the good part, except that the night before the race, it rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. And Arizona, no matter what part of Arizona you're in, it's dry. And because of that, the ground does not easily absorb water. And so you hear flash flooding that happens in this part of the country a lot, and that's because the water just won't seep in because it's got this dry layer on top of it. So water will sit for a long time before it soaks in, or it will just run and you'll have a flash flood. So the course was unbelievably muddy. I have never been in that much mud before. I'm going to show you it in this. But all that to say, I was so distracted at first by the hill and then by all of the mud that we were trying to get around. It was great expanses of mud. I mean, great expanses of water, probably even a foot deep in places. Twice I stepped into mud and sunk about 8 inches in. Thankfully, I didn't lose my shoe. But it was really, I mean, there was a lot of mud and we were trying to get around it and not fall over in it and all of that. Okay, I'll just be quiet. No, I just wanted to say that I forgot to start vlogging until after the 5th mile. So sorry about that, but then I was pretty good about it. So let's go ahead and I'll show you that lovely little course yesterday.
Okay, you guys, I actually forgot to film at the beginning of the race. It rained super, super hard last night, and we have just been slogging through mud the whole time, and I just now remembered to start filming this. Let me go ahead and show you what we're walking through. Right, that's what we just came through. It's a trail run to begin with, so it's not easy, but we have been kind of walking off to the side, and let's see, that's what's ahead of us. Here, I'll show you my shoes. They're pretty muddy, and actually that's not bad. Here, this is Jenna. Those are her shoes. Yeah, so we are at 5.63 miles. We have quite a ways to go, so I'll try to show you some views. We are slogging our way through the mud and trying to avoid it, but the runners are not. And here's one in particular who's just running right through the mud. Way to go! So this road is so muddy, there's no places to go around it, so we're actually walking over here, and now my shoes are getting soaked. These piles right here, just in case you're wondering, are kind of what the Forest Service will do, right, Susan? Yeah. To thin out the trees, and then when this stuff dries out sufficiently, they burn them, and then that way we are less susceptible to wildfire. Are your toes just totally getting soaked? Totally. Yeah. Okay, so there you go, and we're trying to make our way through. Oh, those cars are stuck in the mud. Okay. Anyway, we'll be back later. So as you can see, the course is a little bit better here. We've got some places where we can actually walk that's firm and not super muddy. I don't know, maybe I'm speaking too soon as we're coming forward here, but we are at about just over 7 miles and still plugging along. I'm a little nervous here because it looks like we may get rain, which would just be lovely on this course. We're already slogging along in wet shoes and socks, but I don't know, kind of looking like it might rain on us. I will certainly let you know. So we are almost at 12 miles. We've been lucky enough to have the road, well, we got through some other muddy parts, but the road's pretty dry right now. We thought it was going to start raining on us at one point, and it didn't, thankfully. Although we just felt a couple drops, so it may rain on us here in the last mile, but there's only a mile to go. We're going back down the way we came, and this is this nasty hill that we had to come up. And so I'm not even sure if you can see how steep that is down there, but it is. But thankfully we're going down it right now and not finish line. I actually already crossed it a little bit ago. We went to get some water and some bagels and stuff. We still have a few. There's still some more people. So we weren't last. We were walkers, but we weren't last. So yay!
That was it. It was, I have to say I'm proud because it was my 20th half marathon. My 20th one. Very excited about that. Muddiest course I've ever done. Slowest time I've ever gotten. Normally, okay, my fastest half marathon as a walker was 3 hours and 3 minutes. And on that course, because it's a trail course, my fastest on that one I think was 3 hours and 30 minutes, which is the last time I did that race. And yesterday's time was 4 hours and 22 minutes. It was really slow. But, you know, there wasn't anything, we didn't have a choice. I mean, we just had to get through it. But all in all, it was great. And today I am feeling sore, a little less sore than I was last night. And that's a good thing. Being sore is not a bad thing. You don't want to be injured. You don't want to have like a muscle that's totally screaming at you or tightening up or you can't walk. You don't want that kind of thing. But soreness is good. It tells you you've worked and you've done a good job. And I've always said that I don't think that the goal is just to finish a race. I think the goal is to finish and to feel good afterwards, which doesn't mean that you're not going to be sore. Soreness is okay. But you still want to be able to get around, to move a little bit. And that's how I feel. I feel like I did a good job yesterday. I did something hard, something I was working toward, and I finished it, even in really lousy conditions. So now we are on to training for the full marathon. My friend Susan, who did the race with me yesterday, is doing the full with me, as is her stepdaughter. And so we are going to be training together, all three of us. It's going to be really fun, I think. We're going to meet in the next couple of weeks to map out our training schedule. I'm not going to be posting every single week with stuff for this walking series unless I come up with more topics. It's more like going to be about 2 times a month, and I don't know, maybe I'll come up with more stuff as I go along, but you can expect to have topics about 2 times a month, and you can also expect that more of these topics are going to be directed toward that longer distance of doing a full marathon. But I'll try to pull in a little bit of information just for the general walker who may want to pick up pace or pick up their distance a little bit. So it won't be something that is only for people who are crazy enough like me to do a full marathon. But hopefully that was enjoyable to you. I think it's important for you to see that not every race has the most optimal conditions. Some races are really hot, some are freezing cold, some of them the rain's pouring down. And in this case, the rain happened the day before and it was just a muddy mess. So, you just kind of have to go with it. And, you hope it's a good day. Hope that won't make you shy away from trying one of your own. So anyway, I will be back in a couple of weeks with another video for you. I hope this was interesting, and I thank you so much for watching. If you're not currently subscribed, just hit that button right there, and YouTube will let you know when I upload new videos. Hope you guys are doing well, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.